We're back at Hot Rod Central. Well, this is my daily transport down here. 351 Windsor. Quad Webbers. That's a throat for every cylinder. Probably use $10 of fuel driving to work every day, sitting in traffic with these suckers. So it's a 32 3-window coupe. Me and Alex shopped it a while ago. We took 3 inches out the front, 2 inches out the rear, so a slight curve on the roof. I really like that look on the 32 3-windows. Took it back to bare metal. I added these frame horns that I've put those tapered holes in. I just like the look of the tapered holes, halfway between race car and, I don't know, Art Deco, I suppose. Took it back to bare metal, gave it a couple of coats of epoxy, and then we've shot it in satin black with the violet purple fades. Needs a wash. We've had a few hiccups in our lives lately, so we're back, but we're back now. I'm going to give you a run around the Terraplane, what I've been doing when I can. About a couple of weeks back, we survived a pretty horrendous car crash. Me and Tracy got hit by a long-nosed tip truck, spun us around and pushed us up the road about 30 metres. We've both got pretty severe whiplash out of it. I've been struggling with the whiplash myself and Tracy, so it's put a bit of a hiccup in our plans lately. On a brighter note, I've been travelling with Alex too. Alex played the Gympie Muster, a massive outdoor concert. He was on the blues stage, knocked their socks off. And we've done a couple of tattoo shows where I've gone along to tattoo. We did the Southeast Queensland Tattoo Expo last weekend, and I tattooed as much as I could with my whiplash. Alex played about 3 shows. It was an awesome weekend. So we're back at it today. So I'm just going to give you a run around what I've been doing, bits and pieces. This is more of a hobby for me too, so it's not like my full-time employment. Most of the time I'm tattooing and airbrushing, so this is basically a hobby for me. I've also been working on the Mercury, doing the front end on that. So I'll just show you what we've been. What I like doing is, we've got a sandblasting booth up the top of the property there. Maddie sandblasts everything for me and puts it in an etch primer. After etch primer, we usually do the serious body work before the sandblasting. Then after etch priming, I do the final hammering up and get it as straight as I can. We body fill all the repairs and get them looking good. We give it 3 coats of high fill primer, and then we're at this stage here. I've just started sanding this here. We sand this with really sharp sandpaper. This gets it really flat. Then we finish it off with 180. Then we re-high fill it again and we rub it to 240. So this boot lid here has been rubbed once, re-high filled primered and rubbed again to 240. Then I've given it 2 coats of 2K paint. Now what this does, it gets it, I always use a dark colour. The car is actually going to be a lighter colour than this, but I've used a dark colour to pick up any ripples, any faults in the bodywork. So we get a second chance to block it. We're going to do it with the 600, but it also gives us a chance when we're going to bolt the car together to do the first base coat, so it also stops greasy hands, because your contaminants soak through the primer. Primer absorbs water, body oils, oil, anything that's spilt on it or touched it, or if it's sitting outside in dewy conditions or it gets wet. So this is a great idea, I think, for a final assembly. We can assemble the car, recheck everything, and then give it a final sand with 600, and then we go to town with the paint. I'm going to do a Gene Winfield style paint job on it. So what Gene likes to do is start at a darker colour and graduate to a lighter colour. Because of the body line on the car here, we're going to bring a dark root beer up to a candy gold to a pearl beige or cream. Then we're going to start again with a root beer, candy gold, and then beige in the center. So I'm going to have all this in a booth, and I'm just going to paint it till I'm happy with it. And I'm not going to really know how it's going to look until I'm happy with it. So the amount of root beer, the amount of gold, the amount of cream I put on, and then once I'm happy with all the blends and the whole car's done, we'll shoot it with clear with some diamond flake in it. Only like a couple of teaspoons. It just gives a nice light reflection when the sun hits it. Almost gives it like the car's wet. The dashboard is all in primer now. This is all in high fill, so we're going to do this. I'll probably blend the dash. I'm looking at this body line here now, so I'm thinking I might blend the dash this way. So it'll be root beer, and then the candy gold, and then the beige, and then the flake over the top. I was going to go this vertically across, but I think on this one we're going to do it across there just because of these body lines. And I really want to accentuate those body lines in the glove box too. Firewall has got the base colour on it too. So this is going to get a vertical fade. It'll go from the centre and blend out. This will be root beer, candy gold, beige in the middle. I'm saying these colours now, but Paul could change his mind at any drop of the hat. He's been known to do that before, but this is the plan so far. As with the engine, we started off with a Barra 6-cylinder. Now we've gone to a 302 Windsor. We had our fuel tank fabricated, beautiful stainless steel. The sender and the pickup in the top. Now we've made it so it bolts up from underneath. So yesterday it actually got fitted. We're just finishing off the floor. And Chief's come to visit us. Morning, Chief. Shop foreman. So the fuel tank's been fitted. We had to make brackets underneath. Paul did all that. And now I'm just refitting the floor that's been sitting there for a long time waiting for the fuel tank. Finally got the fuel tank. I've got the Jaguar catch in for the trunk. That works well. And out here I'm doing some final work on these panels. These are just going to be painted, like the headlights, the hood. They're just going to be painted and put away. But I know they're sealed. They can be wet, dirty, whatever. I know nothing can get through the 2-pack sealer coat. So all the fenders are done. They're all sealed up underneath and on top. They've just got 2 coats of 2K over them. This is how the tail lights came out. I think they came out really nice. You've got that raised section all around the edge. I'm going to do that again on the hood. All these panels came up really, really well. I think that was the worst panel. All the body's been done. Really happy with that. Roof didn't need much filler at all in the end, just over the join. All the rest of the hood was pretty good. The back guards came out really nice. And I really like the way this body line rolls around to the back. We're going to really accentuate that with the paintwork when we do it. We're getting all the stainless and chrome ready to go off, because sometimes that takes longer than building the car, getting the chrome back. So Maddie fitted this under the dash pedal assembly. Really easy to install. That's basically the brakes done. We'll probably paint the booster to match the car. Doors came out really nice. They're painted inside and outside now. I've painted all the hinges separately. So I'll probably colour sand around these before I fit the hinges, just so it's easier to get to when we're blowing in the paint. The door came out really nice. It's been stretched 6 inches. I had to modify all these window frames to accept the Bailey channel. It's nice to see it, you know, with a bit of a shine on it. You can really see any imperfections in the body and paintwork, so it really gives you a second chance at it. I've done a few cars like that using the darker colour, and it's not just your eyes only. You know, the owner can go over it and say, what about this little thing, what about this, what about this, what about this, and you can fix everything. Nothing's worse than doing a really wild paint job and finding little imperfections that could have been fixed from the word go. So we're better off getting them now, and then later on we've got a really nice base to work with. So I'm going to do a couple of mock-ups of colour. I'll probably do some panels with a blend on it, so Paul can get his head around what I'm talking about, and we can start ordering the colour, and probably go to the paint shop and mix a few different brews together and see what we can come up with. That's always fun. And if you're wondering what we're going to do for an interior, we're thinking about sheepskin. We've got plenty in stock.